most likely that humanity would move into a new age where they will start living instead of existing. So what's going to happen is, first of all, there will be a change in karmic energies, which is now actually happening on the planet since 89. That would lead to a change in human consciousness. That would lead to a change in human perception, the way we perceive things. And with that change would happen the way we experience life on the planet. So ultimately it's all going to be the way we experience things. Nothing more, we are going to enter a new age. A new age where we are going to perceive things differently. The destruction is going to be more with our mental perceptions, not so much the physical things. Even there will be some change definitely, but you cannot talk of it as a great physical destruction. But with regard to the mind and human perceptions, yes. So the old age is going to fade away, and the new age is going to take birth. The way we approach work, the way we share our wealth, the way we conduct ourselves, the institution of marriage, the way we relate our health schemes, these things will dramatically change. We will feel the end of all social alienation between man and man, between family and family, between groups. All this will gradually come to an end. We will not call the Indians or Pakistanis barbarous divisions would soon be a thing of the past. It will become what we may call the one world. The world will become one. So we will be moving in that direction. So there is nothing to fear with regard to physical destruction. But what you might have to be concerned about is certain industries may fade away from the surface of this planet. Certain businesses might completely collapse and new ones will take their places. And jobs might disappear and new jobs will emerge. So you must be ready to change your profession, to change your job, to change your business, the way you invest and where you invest. Right now, industries where you invest might just cease to exist. They might become redundant. They might move for the planet. Two things will come. You will be alert enough to give the old and jump into the new. Acquire new skills, move to new jobs and new professions. That kind of problem will of course be there. And later I will talk about how to handle that. The first thing I like to tell you is you do not have to be afraid of physical destruction either for yourself or for your family. And for the men, you want to feel very, very close. Families, husband and wife will feel very close. Parents and children will feel very close. Friends will feel very close. Employers will feel close. The whole world will feel very, very close. Those kind of changes are what are going to happen. And that's why we are going to enter the new age. It's already started. Right now, old is breaking up, the new is not very clear. So people are confused. They're breaking inside. If you look inside, you find your fragmented, you're breaking. Why? The old is dying, you don't know what is the new. You're confused. Children are breaking, adolescents are breaking, you're also breaking inside. That's what is taking place. All this will change by the year 2012. So now, we move on to the second question.
Bhagavan, the second question is, when all our efforts fail to change an unfavorable event or situation in our lives, we are told to give up as it's the God's will. Bhagavan, how can God's will be different from our free will when God is Bhakta Paradina? Please, can you throw more light on this concept of free will and God's will? The question, Bhagavan, is how can God's will be different from our free will when God is Bhakta Paradina? Please, can you throw more light on the concept of free will and God's will?
This is a very complex question since our time is very limited. I'll go briefly into it, and in the future slides we will go into great detail. Now, First of all, you must understand the concept of God as perceived by oneness. Now, if you look into the history of the universe, at the beginning, it was an infinitesimally small little dot, and infinitesimally small dot, which became this universe. And we say the one appears as the many. The one has not become the many. It appears as the many. And the many will become the one. And that's how we use the word Anmaya, is on two. That's why this movement is called oneness. So there is God, and God is one. But then God appears as the many. So now, we are all sitting here. Now to me, when I look at you, I only see God there. I see myself as God. Because there is nothing but God. Nothing else. What is there is only God. So I am God, you are God. What is the difference? I have no illusions of any separateness from God. I clearly feel I am God. You are also God. But you suffer the illusion of being separate. You suffer from ignorance. You think you are not God, God is somewhere up in the heavens, and that you are separate from Him, and that you are a mere human. That is your illusion. As we go along towards 2012, we are going to tear down these illusions, whereby you discover for yourself that you are God. So when you come to me with your problem, a financial problem, what do I see? I see God who is in trouble. When you come to me and say, I have got cancer and frightened of dying, I see God who is having cancer, who is frightened of dying. When you come and say, Babu, I have no job, please get me a job, I see God who is struggling to get a job. Otherwise, what should I help you? You have nothing to do with each other. You are God and I am God, we are one. But one God is able to see all these things very clearly. One God is able to do things on the chessboard, do something. The other God is not able to do much. But then you are also God. You have your own powers. You have the power of negative thinking. You have the power of focusing on the problem, not on the solution. So you have God in trouble. So God who can help you is helping out. And this God is going to help you discover that you are God. So we are all God, which means we have considerable power.
Just one weekend, we are ready.
Okay. You are able to listen to me?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now, there is no singular God who is controlling this universe. That singular God has become the many. And now, I am pulling you in one direction. You are pulling the other direction. Somebody else is pulling the other direction. So God has become the many. He is pulling in different directions. And finally there comes about